Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. Sopo here. Today I want to film a quick video and it's gonna be all about my new makeup piece. That is Charlotte Tilbury Nudegasm face palette that I've been thinking about quite a long now, and yesterday I pulled the trigger and got it while being the Christmas gift shopping for others. So I obviously had to get something for myself. First, let's unbox that and then do the full face makeup with it. So as you can see, the packaging, first of all, is so pretty. It has this hologram with the face of the woman in front, has the gold details and the logo of Charlotte Tilbury in front. On the back, you have little explanation how you have to use, where you have to start on the palette. Obviously, you are free to do whatever you want, but it's a little guide, which Charlotte Tilbury always does. And she often has as well a little previews and YouTube tutorials, which are very helpful. Ooh, that's how the package looks itself. As you can see, it reflects everything in front, has beautiful rose gold on the edges, and then you open the package. Ooh, little protective plastic file fell off. As you can see, I have not used it yet. It has pretty massive mirror, which makes it very handy when you're traveling and don't have any other mirror. Often happens like that in the hotels you don't get the good mirror, so you can sit in front of the window and see your full face. Then you have this four patches of the product. This one is, I assume, for highlight. This has peachy note. Don't know how that's gonna go with my very pale skin, but I assume this is for the cheekbones. Then you have something for contouring and a little bit darker shade over here, which is for giving a little bit of bronzing in winter, especially essential. To be very honest, I don't know how this color is gonna sit on my face. I have not tried it over the counter. They had some guys standing there testing things on the girls, but there was pretty large queue. You know, it's Christmas and I just did not want to stand there that long. I've seen a lot of reviews on YouTube. A lot of pale girls use this palette and it looked pretty beautiful. So just keep fingers crossed for me. But before I get started with applying it and showing you the first impressions, like genuine impressions, I want to say that they also have the Glogasm face palette, which was another thing that I was quite long thinking about, because to be very honest, when it comes to makeup, I really love the glittery, wet, glowy face makeup. It's sometimes a little bit too much for everyday life, especially in Germany, where people don't really appreciate having a lot of makeup. Actually, it's considered something negative. I just decided first to go with this one. This is the newest edition, I think from last year, if not this year. We'll check that and put on the screen. But if it's gonna be a very good product, and see how far I go with using it, and if it's something that I constantly reach out for, maybe I'm gonna consider to get the Glogasm as well. As you can see, I have completely bare face. I'm gonna do a very quick foundation right now, which I'm gonna fast forward so that you don't get bored. But just that you know, I'm gonna be applying my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation, which is pretty liquidy and doesn't have that much of a coverage, especially when we talk about like my perioral dermatitis, which is sort of showing up right now. I just cleansed my face and applied a little bit of tonic water, which always makes this part pop up. Throughout the day it goes away, even if I don't apply any makeup, but in the morning that's how it looks. I also have a little pimple over here. I also recently got this Zoeva brush set on the Black Friday, so I'm gonna be using this 104 buffer brush to make my foundation work in the face. So Just because I'm staying at home and I'm not going anywhere, I won't be building up on the foundation. You can still see a little bit of marks all over my face, but that's fine by me at the moment. Actually, I forgot to bring the concealer. I zoomed to the camera a little bit on my face so that you can see better the products when applied. I hope it won't turn out being horrible, bearing in mind my skin imperfections. I just brought the concealer, which is the NARS concealer in color Chantilly. And I will apply a little bit of this over here, a little bit over here, around the nose area, and a very little bit under the eye. And then I'm taking my concealer buffer brush, again from Zoeva, which is 142, and try to blend this in. Under eye areas look very white at the moment, but I think after a time it sits in the skin. Let's do quickly brows, and for that I'm using the Douglas brow stylo in number 4. My eyebrows are naturally dark as well, hence the number 4 shade. It looks a little bit more present, and that's what I'm just attempting to do. Let's start with the palette. So according to the packaging and the instruction, you start first with the highlighter, then you follow with the cheekbones, then you do contouring, like sculpting, and then you bronze yourself, which is complete opposite of what I usually do, but for the sake of trying the product out, let's follow the instructions. I have over here a brush for highlighting, which I'm gonna quickly swift over the product, see how much it peaks, and then try on top of my cheekbones. Honestly, I'm not seeing much at the moment, but it can be because of the bad light at the moment in the room. Oh, now I can see it. It was probably bad angle. Like when I move my head up and down, I can definitely see how it glows. Can you tell that? It's very pretty. Probably I have it on the other side as well. You just don't see it because of the light. Let's also swatch that on top of my hand to see. I'm gonna show the swatches separately, but it definitely has a shimmer, like iridescent shimmer. It doesn't have glitter effect, but wetness has a little bit of peachy nude undertone in my opinion, because I'm super I don't know, pale. I can definitely see the color of it. And just to try a little bit more on the forehead and the Cupid's bow. So for the first impression, I would say it's not something that you have to be ultra careful about, not to overdo it, because I think it's pretty subtle. I had to rub the brush pretty hard a few times before it applies. Usually Charlotte Tilbury's products are pretty pigmented, and I think I definitely can see the glow right now when moving my face back and forth. It's not something too much, which probably differentiates this one from the Glogasm. In comparison to my Tom Ford Sculpt and Illuminate duo, the Illuminate part, which is like a cream highlighter, I have to be ultra careful because even with the slightest touch with my finger and application on top of my cheekbones, it instantly gives this super wet finish, which sometimes is a little bit too much, especially on the camera. This is definitely not the case. So if you want to go with more like subtle look, probably that's a good pick. Now let's move with the color for my cheek. I have the angled brush. Once again, it's by Zoeva, and I'm gonna try to dab in here. But once again, it's not too much. You can definitely work with it, apply it, and like merge with the rest of the colors. Like, can you tell? I think I really like this. Usually I'm very careful with the peachy blushes because It doesn't really complement my natural color. Like, I blush more with pink undertone, but I think this looks very natural and very, very pretty. I'm really positively impressed. I think it is absolutely perfect for everyday look. I think it has the powdery finish, so stays on very matte on the face, if we don't count the highlighter which is on top of it. Now let's move with the third one, which is for sculpting. As you can see, it has a little bit of gray in it, has more cool brown tone. So I'm going with the face shape brush. First of all, on my nose, because my nose is very wide and I love to give it a little bit of depth and straightness from both sides. Now let's try a little bit with the cheeks. But maybe we can work it in with another brush. I just covered few spots more. I don't know, to be very honest, I don't know what to think about this sculpting shade. I don't really see much happening like on my face right now. I don't know, what do you think about it? I think I don't see much of it, and maybe that's a good sign, because I don't usually use also the sculpting products because I think that I have pretty visible cheekbones. I think so, at least. I cannot really compare it to any other products. I use the bronzer and try to define my like cheek area, and I think I'll have to play a little bit more with this part to know what I think about it. But for the moment being, let's move with the bronzer. For that, I'm gonna go with this big fluffy brush, which is for powder actually, and dab a little bit and try working and warming overall my face with it, especially the area where I don't have any other product, then a little bit of foundation. I think overall I was most worried about this color because I thought it was way too dark for my face, but I love it most because it warms up my face without looking artificial. Looks like I just got a little bit of suntan, and especially on the areas where I just applied it, rest of my face stays very well balanced and still true to my natural color. Contrast is not too much. I can still see the highlight on top of my cheekbones, as told, very, very natural and subtle, which makes it very day appropriate. As the name suggests, it's very nude, silky colors, and that's exactly what you get. So that's the first impressions. Very positive about the product, very happy that I got it. Wouldn't say that I'm positively surprised because everything that Charlotte Tilbury does is like iconic in my opinion. I don't know if I've ever encountered a product that I thought like, oh, that's not really worth the money, that the pigment is not there, that it doesn't apply well, that it doesn't provide beautiful color or coverage when it comes to the foundation. So maybe I'm a little bit subjective because I'm in love with everything she does. Packaging, 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Pretty, pretty, pretty. You can put this on your vanity anywhere, really looks stunning. I know a lot of girls use this as a eye makeup. I'm gonna try right now as well. So I don't have any primer on my eyes. Let's just directly work with the product and see how long it stays as well. I just pick this one over here, the dark shade, and apply it directly on my eyes. Ooh, it is very pretty. What can I say? Matte and very, very pretty. Let's go in with a little bit of peachy color on top of it. And then let's pick a little bit of the highlight and put it in the corner. I think it opens up the eyes. It looks very minimal, still has a little bit of shade and darkness on the corner of my eyes, which I love because I feel like that it makes my eyes look a little bit bigger. To be very honest, that would be too minimal for me for an eyeshadow. That's why I'm gonna go on top of it with scattered light glitter eyeshadow in color Smoke. Look at that beautiful shades on my face, and I also applied it on my eyes, complemented it with the Hourglass glittery eyeshadow because the glitter season, and I thought that it would complement very beautifully. I am sucker for the glittery eyeshadows, even when at daytime, so you all know about that. First time being so positive about the coral peachy like blush. I think the colors are very, very beautiful. So yeah, if you're searching for the gift ideas for Christmas, I think this palette is just stunning from the packaging to the results that you get when applying it. So I just quickly applied the eyeshadows, and I'm gonna finish my look with another Charlotte Tilbury product. I love their lipsticks. That's where I started with, and when I fell in love with Charlotte Tilbury. This one is Pillow Talk, but I think I want to apply another one which I have over here. It's a Valentine. This is absolutely beautiful, beautiful shade, very nude. Like, what doesn't even mean very nude, but like the nude that I really love. It looks darker in the tube than it is on my lips. It is creamy and surprisingly stays pretty long for a nude lipstick. I also love the entire packaging is just stunning. This rippled tube, like a bullet shape, like can't even put in words. So guys, that's it for my video today. I hope you enjoyed being with me and doing this makeup. I am in love with this new product. I know that I'm gonna get tons of use out of it. Now I'm even more tempted to give a try to the Glogasm sometime soon, maybe when it gets a little bit warmer. Please let me know what do you think about my makeup. I'm definitely not a professional or one of those girls who test out thousands of products. When I get something, I really buy it with the purpose that I want to get the most use out of it. I'm also not very talented in or skilled in especially good application. That was a very genuine try on, and I think it turned out very pretty, especially even more highlighting my cheekbones. The colors go very pretty. I used it both on my face and on my eyes, which is part of my face as well. And I am very impressed with the result. Please let me know in the comment section below what do you think about it. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and like and subscribe. I post once in a week. Let's call it a day. Happy Advent, you guys, and I hope you have a great week ahead. Bye for now.